Hey everyone, it's Sunday. I just wanted to give you a little personal update or sharing my thoughts. It's kind of peaceful and quiet. It's supposed to rain here in a couple hours on and off the rest of the day. So this is what's transpired. The channel's called Terry's Philippine Journey. And so the journey may begin. So this is my property and it is now for sale, and that's my brother. And we pulled the trigger on this yesterday, Saturday evening, and it's going to go on the market tomorrow. So the Philippine journey has possibly begun. Got to sell it, because if I don't sell it and things don't go well, then I'll be here and continue at least another year for what I'm doing. But right now, big step in my life, and yeah, so just so many thoughts going through my mind. I got the property cleaned up today and yesterday. So just so many different things, just very emotional. Got the Parkinson's disease, and so I struggle with that, and that's part of the reason moving. And the other thing is I've lived here. I'm going to ramble here, so bear with me. I've lived here for 35, 38 years. This is the only place I've ever lived besides my parents' house. And I love it here. I've had a lot of good times motorcycling, mountain biking, hiking, all kinds of activities. It's this nice little town. I've been happy here and could continue to be happy, but I'm just, with the Parkinson's and different things going on, I just I feel the urge or need to try to do something different and write a new chapter in my life. So that's part of, there's a lot of different factors. Of course, I met my wife 11 years ago, and she's from the Philippines. And so that has a big thing. She has family there, and they, speak English, and it's affordable to live. I've not done, really well financially. I've done, okay. I can pay the bills, but I can't just kick back and really retire. So we're not going over there necessarily retire, just to live a little different life, and it's a little more economical to live over there. So. But now my yard, when I first moved in, this was all woods and swamp and springs coming down through here. So I've redone all this, built the pole barn, put new metal roof on the roof. That's now about 15, 20 years old, but for a metal roof, it'll last 70, 60, 100, 150 years. New windows, just painted it a couple years ago. So just a lot of memories and mixed feelings, and probably gonna have to leave our dog here because it's very expensive to send them, the prices I've been getting. If somebody has a idea with that, so everything I've heard, I've gotten $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 to send the dog, and it's a lot of effort. So we may be trying to leave her with my brother or find a farm somewhere. So this is the backyard. So I built a badminton court a couple years ago. I really enjoy the sport and try to get people to come over and do that. Got a little hammock and the spring, and you just couldn't hardly walk through here because it was so wet and stuff years ago. But I put some underground pipe in. We'll get back there and show you. But a little hammock there, and the leaves really come down. We just blew them into the woods here this morning here on the back, and did a little video of that, trying to get our YouTube channel up and running. So hopefully that will help us out a little bit financially. And I've also, really found myself enjoying it surprisingly, because I didn't want to do it. I kept telling her kids, I said, why don't you do a YouTube channel? And I didn't want to do one because I'm not a social media type person and things like that. So I'd finally, they all didn't want to do it for this reason or that reason. So I said, well, I'll do it, because when we started to think about moving over there to the Philippines, I said, well, what am I going to do? All I've done for 41 years is do landscaping. So I said, well, I need to try to do something for income. So that was the original plan, was I'm going to do YouTube and, you know, grow the channel and make a couple bucks. But after doing it a week or two, because I was going to quit it several times, because I said, well, I'm not good at that. I can't, you know, talk, and I'm just not a social media type person. And then what I started finding as I was doing it, I've got to talk to a few subscribers, or people's, you know, commented, and I've met a couple nice people at least and different things. So I just find it really interesting. It's really just, you know, worldwide, and it's just, you know, kind of changed my perspective. So it's kind of leaving, also I look at it as leaving a legacy or something, where, you know, you've it's like a photo album for your, you know, it's not only for you but everybody else. So just a video photo album. So I found that very interesting, an aspect of it, and able to share my story and life and interests. So, and that's where the channel is. So I've, you know, and everybody's like, well, put some, you know, sexy girl thumbnail, or do this or do that. They have all these ideas, and I can't hear you very well, or the videos this and that. But I'm a very humble and simple person, and very kind of raw, and this is who I am. This is the way I live, and I don't like to pretend to be something I'm not. So I'm a real person. I work hard, try to do the right things in life, and yeah, I also try to enjoy my, you know, life as well, and thankful for what I've gotten and been able to do so far, and hoping to continue that. So me and Rosie, she's not so very social media either, so I end up talking by myself with you guys a lot. But I met her on, I think it was where someday I get her to sit down and talk, but I believe it was Facebook. I placed some ads over in Hong Kong or something, interested in meeting an Asian lady, because I was very interested in the culture. I just find the values and the traditions and you know, this and that, the family values. I just thought that was so interesting to me, because it reminded me of the way America used to be, you know, 50, 60, 70 years ago. Little house on the prairie, Walton's Mountain, that type of thing. And I find that just to be a dying thing here in America. So I met, you know, she answered the ad, several ladies did, and and all of them pretty faded away pretty quickly. You talk to them once or twice, and for this reason or that reason, you know, you moved on or they moved on pretty much. But this one lady in particular talked to me every day, so from the first time, and her name ended up being Rosie, which is my wife today. But so that's the story behind that. And then you know, said, well, I was very naive. I've never traveled, never seen the ocean, never been on a big plane. I thought, well, I'll invite her over, you know, come over. She says, well, I don't have enough money, and they won't allow me to come over, because I'm from the Philippines and I'm poor. And I said, well, I invite you and I'll pay for the expenses and I'll get you a visa. Well, they kept denying her, and finally, after 2 denials and stuff, and making the offer and writing the letter, I contacted an immigration attorney, and they she kind of laughed at me. She said, not a negative way, but she goes, "You don't understand." She says, once they kind of blackball you or deny you, you're really fighting a losing battle. If you want this lady to come over and ever to be anything, you're going to have to fly over and see her and document it and go through all these steps, take pictures, save receipts, and bring that back, and then file a petition. Or we ended up doing a K-1 visa, which is a promise to marry within 90 days when you come to America. You don't have to marry, but if you like each other and you want to continue and have them over here, then you do that. So that's what we ended up doing. Of course, within 90 days we got married, and so that was all good and stuff. And it ended up taking, from the first time we talked, approximately 5 years to get her over here, because we worked on it for 2 or 3 years and didn't really fully understand the system, so it took us a while to learn the thing. Much like this YouTube and the channel, I'm learning and growing, so bear with us, the videos and the content, and hopefully it will get better and better. So that's my goal. But so yeah, she came over and we got married, and then we had a few issues with culture type things. Here in America, people kind of speak out and say their mind and very vocal, and that's over there, I guess that's socially unacceptable or looked down on. So that was kind of one of the issues. And so just a variety of different things. So we've learned different things about each other. And I said, well, I'm not trying to be offensive to you, and she says, well, I'm not trying to do this. And I said, so we've learned our sort of love language and different things, and we're both, similar people and good people. We just have different life experiences and all this and that. So that's kind of a little bit of our story. If you hopefully you find this kind of the journey that we're on and about to take, you're come along for it and find it interesting. I just like to walk around, talk more than sit in front of the camera. I'm not as comfortable with that, so I'd prefer to walk around, show you a few views while we're talking. But so that's that's our beginning, a little bit of it. That's the K-1 visa. And now because of different issues, hoping to move back to her country and have a go of it over there. So, and we're hoping that take people along for the ride and share the experiences like we've done, and keeping the channel as real and variety. I don't want it to become a per se travel channel or a bike channel. None of them things are bad. I just want a variety of things. So everything that I do I have an interest in and happens, I want to share that with you. So over here I've been sharing a lot of videos about my business and landscaping and my bike interest in biking. I've done the landscaping for 41 years, and I've done the biking for almost that long, 35, 38 years, and been hiking, and really enjoy hiking and camping and that type of stuff. So thrown in a few adventures at Red River Gorge in Kentucky, which is one of my favorite kind of local places. It's in Kentucky. It's about a 3-hour drive. So just sharing my story in life, and hopefully somebody finds that interesting, and hopefully it helps and learns somebody. So if you have any experiences or any thing you'd like to share in the Philippines, or about the culture, or questions about how did I do something. Well, I just told you a little bit about it, so I can tell you a little bit more on what to do, or at least what I've done. So this is, again, just my experience. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your time this morning. Have a great day, and we'll talk at y'all later. Thank you.